Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I got a really interesting story for a lot of people that have student loans. You've been on the edge of your seats, I'm sure, for the last 6 months as the government dangles the carrot right in front of you. And right now it sounds like we got ourselves a heck of a story with the Biden administration, blah, blah. Biden administration, I can't even say it right. Jeff Borgen just announced something. We're going to jump to the story and then we're going to talk about it. I think it's a big deal, actually. So right here, Biden administration will cancel student debt for 500,000 students from Corinthian Colleges. This is just an hour ago. I'm getting it out to you right now. If you like that kind of information coming out to you that fast, where I just drop everything and put together a YouTube video, then please consider hitting the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. If not, no worries. If you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button twice, or the thumbs up button 3 times. YouTube sends me a very stern written letter. All right, guys, here we go. Around 560,000 student loan borrowers who attend Corinthian colleges will soon get their balance sheets cleared, senior Biden administration officials say. Formerly one of the largest for-profit education companies, the schools have been accused of predatory and unlawful practices and face numerous lawsuits. We're going to talk about that in a second, why I think that's a big deal. It says the Biden administration plans to cancel all outstanding student loans for those who attended Corinthian colleges, formerly one of the largest for-profit education companies. This is the U.S. Department of Education announced on Wednesday. This is a big deal. Again, we're going to talk about it in a second. The schools have been accused of predatory and unlawful practices and face lawsuits from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris when she was Attorney General of California. Oh, so this has been going on for a while. Okay. Just curious, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2015, and I'm sure they're probably still in business. Around 560,000 borrowers. And do me a favor, guys, we're going to break in real quick. Throw it down in the comment section if you are one of the people that attended a Corinthian college. Do I feel for you? Yes, but this could lead to some really interesting issues that we're going to get to in a second. Around 560,000 borrowers stand to benefit from the debt cancellation, which will come around 5.8 billion. That's the largest single debt forgiveness action taken by the government to date. This is a big deal. This is big news, all right? Because I do not think we're going to see the end of this. As of today, every student deceived, defrauded, and driven into debt by Corinthian colleges can rest assured that the Biden-Harris administration has their back and will discharge their federal loan debts. Let's see what happens there. It says right here, the administration has approved $25 billion in loan forgiveness for 1.3 million borrowers. All right, let's stop sharing. Let's talk. This is, I think, a very important thing. Now, I've talked about salting this because there's a lot of calls for the government to just eliminate student loan debt right now, like a full-on jubilee. And there's a handful of issues there. Let's just talk quite frankly. If you're one of the people that are getting blessed by this, cool. I mean, honestly, I think that's anytime someone gets blessed like that, that's super cool. But we have to think of the outcome. Very few people think about that, actually. There's a couple different outcomes. One is that there are a lot of people that didn't go to school and they just went into the trades, and now they're working, for someone in a management position that went to school, right? And out of those people that are working in management and they got the job, their entry into that job was because they have a college degree. A lot of those people, a majority of them, took out student loans. And do I believe student loan debt is running rampant and it's horrific? Yes, I do. It's at all-time highs, and it is one of the only loans, I believe it's the only type of debt that you cannot be forgiven through bankruptcy. Now, through a presidential action, you can, but through bankruptcy, you cannot. So let's think of that being an issue. The reason why they set it up that way is, first off, it is the largest asset as far as, lending out to people on the books. It's the largest asset. So when everybody pays their student loan payments on time and they pay with interest, the government gets to count that as an asset. Okay. So I've always said, and I still stand by this, I do not believe that we're going to see the government just eliminate student debt. They're just going to forgive it because it's going to cause many other problems. One, it might literally lead to rioting, because a lot of people are going to go, this isn't fair. What are you going to give us? The people that didn't take out loans and went straight into the workforce and started literally producing immediately, i.e., I will give you an example, going into the workforce, working and paying taxes. All right. So that's one issue there. Another issue is that if the government forgave all the student loan debt, well, then there would be that asset completely taken off the books. right? And then what they would have to do is they'd have to source that income somewhere else. You see, they're getting payments back and interest, all right? So they're able to make money on your debt. So they would have to go out and they would have to charge everybody more taxes. So that's a massive problem, because I don't know if how your checkbook's looking, but right now with inflation, everybody is feeling the pain equally, okay? Well, actually, I cannot say equally, because there are some people with more means, and by and large, people that use their student loans to get a degree and go to school do a lot of the times earn more money. So perhaps they wouldn't, but that is going to cause issues, right? So regardless of what side of the fence you're on, and I want to hear in the comments section, what side of the fence are you on? Hopefully I didn't offend anybody with my finger pointing, because something like this is going to be a hot button topic, because for those that, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, when I talk to millionaires, multimillionaires, or billionaires, only a certain percentage of them actually went to school. As a matter of fact, there is a large percentage of people that have become really successful in this world by not going that route. They went the route of either hard knocks, learning their lessons, or just straight grinding, side hustles, things like that. You know that the Economic Ninja is really big on side hustles and working more, working harder, and living like nobody today, right? Like almost looking like you're poor, but you're not, so that you can live like nobody tomorrow, like a wealthy person. I'm really big on that. Now, so I've explained the issues here. Now, what we need to think about is how will it affect you? Throw down in the comment section if you're one of the ones that went to this school, because it's very interesting. Because to be honest with you, the government likes to do this stuff. They'll powder over a problem, but they won't force the company out of business. Yeah, you did all this stuff. Your verdict should be, you should close. Like, that's it. And the board of directors and whoever did this should not be allowed to run a financial educational system ever again. Do we ever see that happening? No, we don't. And that's the problem, because this can just be, it can go into another company. You know what I'm saying? And I believe there's other companies that are predatory lending. But in the end of the day, really what it comes down to is self-reliance and self-accountability. We all signed on that dotted line. We all, have to read the docs. Can't tell you how many times, either as a real estate agent, a property manager, or an investor myself, I've come across people that never read the fine print. They never read the documents. And that is a big, big deal, because in the fine print is literally where all of the bad stuff lies. And most people don't want to do that. They just want to skim over it. I've had even real estate agents that worked for me, or property managers, they would sit there being shocked that myself and my wife would be reading through the documents. Like, nobody ever reads this. I'm like, oh, don't worry, stand by. And there'd be times we found things where, hey, we were overcharged $10,000. Saved just like that. Just, hey, rewrite this portion real quick and we'll sign it. And they're like, ugh, that's a whole nother video. But my point being is this: predatory lending is out there, but we have to take responsibility. And I know that there are going to be some people that are super stoked. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am happy for you. Why not? Why shouldn't you be happy for someone? It's not their fault that, that the president picked them to have their loans forgiven and not yours. I'm sorry, that sucks. But honestly, be stoked for them. Now, this is my message to the people that have that are about to have their things forgiven. Do right by that money. Take the savings and invest it right. Build your wealth and go and help somebody else. That's it right there. I mean, honestly, every time that I was given a blessing, I can't say every time, but I've learned over the years, when I'm blessed is to share that blessing, pass that thing through, right? Because it just comes back multitude over multitude. We can't be grabbing, we can't be taking. And in this shakeup of the economy, I want you to understand, this is very, very important. You're going to see this sort of salting of forgiveness over here, or salting for a deal over there or over there. I'm all screwed up with my left and right. Because, they're wanting to buy your votes. Let's just call a spade a spade. We got to be honest. We got to be real. Okay. And so what we want to do is we want to be prepared and not scared, because this next economic collapse is going to be a doozy. And I'm talking like 50-year, 100-year cycle stuff, not in your normal 7 to 10 years. And if you've never heard of those terms, and we're talking about economic cycles, stick around the channel. I guarantee you're going to learn something, because this is a big breaking story. So again, to everybody that had their stuff forgiven, congratulations, or it's about to. For those that haven't, keep grinding. We're going to stick with this. We're going to win. And I'm going to be honest, the worst thing, and we're going to close on this, The worst thing in life as an entrepreneur is to watch people that have just sort of lived their life the easy route. It seems easy because their parents had money and then they were given money and they just sort of boop, 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 boop. Then they got the right job and stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Then there's the grinders. So the people like us that try hard and have to make our way, have to figure it out, right? Because we didn't have people guiding us there and work hard and scrimp and save. And I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of pride, a good part of pride that comes along with that. And I've seen those people that just are on easy street until they become adults and then they fall flat on their face because they don't have the street smarts. So try not to mock those people, but at the same time, understand that, yeah, you had to work super hard for it and you're proud. And it's a good kind of pride. That's a good kind of pride. That's I made it. I feel good about myself. It's called confidence. It's not a bad type of pride. It's a good thing. And then what we do is we go and instill that same confidence in other people. That's what we're going to do to make this world better. That's what it is being Ninja Nation, a group of human beings worldwide that are prepared and not scared. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the thumbs up. That being said, the Economic Ninja is out.